We begin with an applause, as it is the the oil stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola, Reid Wilkins with you inside the EST Global HQ. Thank you for joining us on this pleasant Friday afternoon in the Big E. Nice and sunny. A nice fall day. Weather's a little bit, the air's crisp. Sweater weather. You're going with the Def Leppard tee.
Yes, but I wore my heavier jacket today.
You did?
I wore my
brought it out?
fall jacket today.
I'm at that point where you switch over the front closet from the spring summer jackets to the fall stuff, fall winter.
You actually rotate your closet?
I rotate.
Oh,
it's not the biggest.
I just have them hanging up.
It's not the biggest.
Oh, okay.
And I like to keep room for guests as well.
Well, that's kind of you.
You've been to my place.
Yes, I don't think I hung my jacket up though.
We'll hang it next time.
Okay.
We'll hang it next time.
That's great.
Yeah.
I look forward to that, Tom. Thank you.
I do too, and perhaps we'll have
Maybe I'll
beers.
come there for the post-game show tomorrow.
I would like that very much.
Could happen.
I would like that very much.
Now, tomorrow,
Tell me.
I will probably get to the Oilers game late.
You will be at the football game.
I have the luxury of actually taking in both games. Now, I know it is part of my work responsibilities to talk about the Oilers, but I also talk about the Elks a lot.
Would that not be part of your work responsibilities as well on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne from 3 to 6 Monday to Friday on Edmonton Sports Talk?
True, and I think in the grand scheme of things, this is a higher priority game for the Edmonton Elks.
Correct.
So it would be my preference to watch that game until its conclusion, which means missing most or all of the first period of the Oilers game. But I think in this case, priorities would be that I prioritize the Elks tomorrow because this could, it could pretty much end their season. Could they be mathematically out tomorrow? Yes, they could, depending on what else happens. Like last year when they played that meaningless game against Toronto, I didn't go. I went to the Oilers Penguins game. So I'm lucky that I kind of get to pick or mix and match.
You can do both. How are you what's your transportation situation going to be tomorrow?
I haven't worked that out yet. If I'll have my car or maybe I'll use an Uber to get from the stadium to downtown.
May I suggest a Lime scooter?
I've never used a Lime scooter.
Fun.
I don't know. I'm afraid of them. I feel like I'd fall off. My balance is not good. I feel like I would fall off a Lime scooter or I'd drive it straight into the river or something.
We don't want that.
Don't people throw them into the river?
Yeah, that's not.
Like, why would you do that? Wouldn't there be a record of that person being the last one to use it?
Yeah, but you can't prove it because you got to send the. You can't.
I guess if one is just sitting somewhere, you could just grab it and take it somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. All right. Like I said, the oil stream presented by Boston Pizza. Buy one medium or large pizza and get the second one 50% off. Valid on takeout and delivery only. We will be at Boston Pizza Westgate on the 14th for the oil stream pre and post game show. Actually, we have a whole bunch of dates ready to go. You can check out our website, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, for on-location dates and all of that. We have October 19th at BP's Clairview. Jason has confirmed that. We have October 21st at Hudson's White Avenue.
Oh, nice.
Connor Yakubuski confirmed that. We are back at BP's Clairview October 25th, November 12th, and November 29th. And there is another BP's Westgate date in there in October. So we're going to be on the road a lot for the pre- and post-game show, and can't wait to see everybody down there with us. It's a busy time for sports in Edmonton, and I know a lot of people prioritizing football first. We'll see how the Elks do tomorrow. And then, obviously, the Oilers up and running, and people excited about that. I will be doing the same thing as you. Dusty and I are working the football game tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to drive over.
Yeah, you're actually working the football game.
I'm working the football game. We'll finish up post game, and then I'll just drive over to my place and walk over to the arena for the game.
Well, tomorrow the Oil Kings play at 2 against Moose Jaw.
Yep.
The Elks play at 5.
Yes.
The Golden Bears and McEwen play at the DCA at 5, and the Oilers play at 8.
It's going to be a busy.
And I know there's other stuff going on as well, but those are kind of the four teams I guess we talk about the most in this city, I would think.
I like the shout out for McEwen facing the U of A.
Can I give a quick shout out? Another thing about the Oil Kings, they're going to host they're going to be supporting the food bank Thanksgiving weekend, their third annual food drive. So on Monday, the Oil Kings actually play at noon against Lethbridge. So fans can bring some stuff like pasta, macaroni and cheese, any non-perishable food item to use as a noisemaker during the game, and then donate them after the game. Or we can help the food bank, whatever you want, but that's kind of the angle the Oil Kings take for this. So they do play tomorrow, but they play at noon on Thanksgiving Monday against Lethbridge, and that's the games that is in support of the food bank.
That's a great tie-in to Thanksgiving. Obviously, if you're lucky or you're fortunate to enjoy a big meal, sometimes that's not the case for everybody. Actually, it is not the case for quite a few people, unfortunately. So great cause there. Well done, Oil Kings, Kevin Radomski, Matt Barrett, and the entire crew over with the Oil Kings. All right. You were at practice. We're going to dive into that. If you want to text us, 780-218-9999, and then get into the nasty chat as well. You made your way over here. They were at the DCA today. You spotted Jack Roslovic, newly signed, expected to be a top 9 at least, maybe even top 6. A guy who could score, a guy who's put up about 30 to 40 points consistently in this league. What can you tell us, Reid, from practice?
Well, he was the 7th forward in the top 6. So he was wearing white. He's wearing number 28. And they actually started the practice they painted some orange lines on the ice. Mm-hmm. So they started just outside the blue line. So in the neutral zone against the boards, and then came out and then sort of made a big box with the edge of the center ice circle on both sides of the neutral zone. And they sort of did small ice, like 2-on-2 stuff within there.
I like that.
And then they went to, then they did some other kind of 2-on-2 drills. And then they didn't do anything with lines till about 20 minutes in. And they had the top 7 at one side of the ice and the top 6 with the other side of the ice. So Draisaitl, McDavid, and Frederic went together. Okay. Then Nugent-Hopkins went with Mangiapane and Savoy. Then the big line went again, and then Frederic rotated in for Savoy. Roslovic rotated in for Savoy.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
So the top line stays essentially the same. No rotation there.
Correct.
McDavid, okay.
Well, at least from what usually that line wouldn't be the one that has rotation.
Right.
And then at the other end, it was Philp still with
Kapanen
and Podkolzin, and then Henrique with Howard, and who am I forgetting? Tomasek.
Yep.
And Lazar was rotating in there. That line, I wasn't watching that side of the ice as closely. I was watching Roslovic.
Understandable.
So that means no line changes probably.
And that's fine.
Based on that. And based now we'll see. We'll keep an eye here on social media, and obviously throughout the afternoon on EST we'll have comments from Knobloch and likely Roslovic as well.
Yes.
I don't think he plays tomorrow. I think that'd be highly unlikely.
He didn't have a training camp.
Didn't have a training camp. I mean, he has been skating, but he hasn't been doing NHL things, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he plays tomorrow. And plus, just given this alignment that there's a game tomorrow and he wasn't on an actual line.
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
I don't think he'll play tomorrow.
Give him some time. What do you think of that? 780-218-9999. Sorry, I'm taking off my vest. It's actually really warm in here, and I'm wearing a hoodie as well. For those that are just listening on TuneIn and iHeartRadio, thoughts on Jack Roslovic not getting into action tomorrow? At least it doesn't look like it for right now. We'll hear from Chris Knobloch. I'm assuming he's speaking right about now, or maybe just spoke, because they practiced 11 to probably right about now. They're actually talking to the media. Reid had to bounce to get over to the studios and hop on the air with me. Where would you like to see Roslovic slot in? And again, it's going to take him a little bit of time to get up and running. All right, let's get to some texts here. Where what you win is returning.
What's that? Well, that
says supersized Indiana Jones, a big uke.
Right. Did we win something?
No, but when we're at BP Westgate, there's a lot of prizes.
Right.
Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of... the sizes are... There's a discrepancy in size there. I can't pick what size... Like, we could do some trades and stuff like that, but Big Uke walked away with some men's larges at times, and he'll squeeze into those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so the chant usually is, wear what you win.
Oh, I have heard that chant. Yeah. I couldn't remember where it originated.
At BP's.
At BP's,
Yeah.
okay.
Hampton Steve says, I'd bring a can of cranberry sauce to the Oil Kings game to use as a noisemaker. Love that sweet, sweet sound of it plopping out of the can.
That would be pretty funny.
And this one says, will EST spring for Reid to take a private helicopter to get from the Elks to the Oilers game? Well, there's only a couple helicopters that you see regularly around here that aren't military. You got the Global One. You got the police chopper.
Yeah.
And then Stars. And when you see Stars, you know it's an emergency, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
it's not good.
So maybe we get the military to pick you up at the football game and then drop you off at the at the rink.
I think I'll be okay finding transport, but I do appreciate the suggestion. Get me to the chopper.
To the chopper. Okay, this is a serious one in regard to the Oilers. It says Trent Frederic has another game or two to show something, or else Roslovic can go there. What would you say to that?
I don't know if Roslovic's going to go there, quite frankly. I think Mangiapane would go there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see. I don't know. I'd be surprised if Roslovic debuted with the big guys, though I guess we've seen Knobloch. I mean, he used 3 very inexperienced NHL players in the shootout the other night.
Yes, he did.
I do think, let's start with Frederic. There has to be a better showing on that line.
That's fair.
Like I said, it wasn't a great game in a lot of ways the other night. It was a very mundane game by a lot of players. So
preseason-esque.
It was a little bit preseason-esque. Frederic didn't have a huge impact, so I do think he'll get another chance to do that. I thought Mangiapane had a pretty good game. I mean, obviously he scored, which is important. I thought he had a pretty good game. He got a look or two. There was at least one shift. Then I think it was an actual shift. It wasn't like halfway through a change.
Yeah.
Because his goal for McDavid, that was halfway through a change, right?
He made a really good heads-up play.
He did.
The puck kind of got knocked off his stick back into the neutral zone. He stayed on side, rotated his body because he was just getting up, and then he swings to the wide side, gets a really nice feed from McDavid, and then he sniped. Beautiful shot on Dustin Wolf. So
yeah.
I liked his game the other night too.
But yeah, there has to be more of a presence from Frederic.
I like that.
I mean, if you'd be great, obviously you want to get points, but he's got to get in there and muck around a little bit more, maybe a lot more than he did against the Calgary Flames. I don't know where we're going to see Roslovic. I mean, if let's say he's ready to go against the Rangers or the Islanders, the easiest thing, I suppose, would be to take Ike Howard out.
Yes.
And then maybe Ike Howard eventually winds up going down to the minors if everybody's healthy at the same time. I mean, Wallman can be activated at any time, according to Puckpedia. So there's that to consider as well. But Roslovic is very enigmatic to me. I mean, as we've talked about for the last day and a half, that's an alarm bell right there that they signed a player who went through the entire summer and preseason without a contract. Now, he was probably turning down contracts that weren't paying him what he thought.
Did he not turn down the Oilers?
Including the Oilers.
Yeah.
I mean, there was probably discussions with other teams. I mean, I guess I look at this, if I saw another team sign Jack Roslovic, I'd be like, well, big deal. Like, how much is he really going to help? Now, they want 5-on-5 scoring. He can do that based on his history. Okay, like they're kind of hanging their hat on, like, what is it? 22 goals, only 1 on the power play, everybody. Look at this, Edmonton. Here's your 5-on-5 savior. And I'm like, okay. I didn't have a contract. First round draft pick who's wound up bouncing around the last couple of years. Probably a very one-dimensional player. Healthy scratched in the playoffs.
That's not good
for a team that went to the conference final. So I have very, very moderate expectations for this player.
So savior, who, if anyone's actually using that term, I would refrain from. Added veteran presence, capable scorer, absolutely. Absolutely. Not playing in the playoffs, being a healthy scratch is a concern. Bouncing around to different teams, not getting a contract after a 22-goal, 39-point season with Carolina on a really good Canes team. Plus minus, I know, is not really a be-all, end-all stat. Really, it's not a stat that's highly regarded anymore in the hockey world. I don't know how highly regarded it was, to be honest with you, back in the day, but it is an indicator of something. Do you look at that and feel like people could be alarmed by him being -10 on a good Canes team like that?
I still look at plus minus to a degree. For sure I do.
I think it has some value, but you don't want to put all your chips into that basket.
I pay for plus minus. I still pay attention to extremes. So, Carolina was a good team, and he was the biggest minus on the team.
Yeah.
Now, Svechnikov was -8. He's pretty good. He had 48 points.
Yeah, he's good.
Sean Walker, a defenseman, was -7. He played all 82 games, and I would have guessed he probably played against some good competition.
Offensive defenseman as well. I remember there was talk about the Oilers being interested in him a couple years ago. Anyway.
Didn't he join the Avs that one year,
Yep.
and then he got 2 goals against the Oilers after the trade deadline in a regular season game, and
Yes.
then they had the
I have the board up. I want to use it.
The Hurricanes had 4 other players who were minus. They all played 19 games or fewer, including both Rantanen and Stankoven. And weren't they traded for each other?
Stankoven and Rantanen, yes, they were.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're on the roster as minuses. So really, the Hurricanes had 3 minus players, and Roslovic was the biggest minus on the team. So I do look at it for that. This was a team that scored more than they allowed. And, Jalen Chatfield was +22. Slavin was +16. Orlov was +16. Martinuk, local guy, +16. So why was he -10 on a team of pluses? And it's not as if you can say, he was on a line that was all minus because they checked the other team's best players. That wasn't how Roslovic was used. So, yes, I do look at that, and I do put some weight behind the plus minus in that situation, looking at it in the context of the entire team.
Well said, sir. Well said, sir. What say you? 780-218-9999. Tom Gazzola, Reid Wilkins. It is the Oil Stream. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Check out the blackened chicken, no breading, all flavor. And then they're also doing their limited hot one spice, super spicy. I had half of a hot one sandwich. I couldn't handle the heat. It was so good. And then, of course, the new chicken dippers. Have you had the chicken dippers yet? You're a big Popeyes guy.
Yeah, I like the chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich.
I don't know if I've had the chicken dippers. I really like the, not the artichoke. What's the little breaded thing they have that I said I liked? That's off that little $4
cauliflower
menu. Yes, the cauliflower.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. The cauliflower.
Yeah, they have
that's really good
too. Popeyes is great.
Yeah, Popeyes is excellent. I had lunch at Popeyes yesterday.
I had it earlier in the week.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Furby and Eddie over at Popeyes. And my buddy Jared, who's now working there as he's operations manager.
Oh, good.
Yeah. All right. What say you? I want to get to some thoughts here. This one comes in via the text line and says, I don't get the signing. May as well let the young guys or young kids get some experience early in the season. It's easier now than later in the season or playoffs. To me, it might be trying to address the gap in scoring, but we talked about like McDavid, if he has more than 26 goals, he could make up for that. Like half of that gap was 59 goals we were talking about going into the season that they've lost. I think now people have had the realization that Ike Howard is going to need some time. He's not popping off in every game. It's a process. It's not just going to happen. I know he was a Hobey Baker winner, and there was a lot of hype around him, but it's still a big jump. And I think, expectation was there when the trade happened, and there is up high. And then I think you saw him throughout the preseason. You go, oh, okay, it's going to take some time. And I think that generally the realization has occurred that it's okay. This guy, let him maybe go to the minors, depending on what their plan is for him. That's probably why or what motivated them getting this signing done, bringing in a veteran guy who can score. And another thing I want to get to in regard to Roslovic, though, I was told from someone inside the organization, some questions in regard to how well he gets along with teammates or how he fits in the room, considering he's bounced around a bunch the last few years. But I was reminded that, that was kind of an issue for Evander Kane with his teams prior to that. And guys like him and Kane can be on their best behavior in the short term. So that's why the one-year deal might work out for him.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why someone would say they don't get the signing. for sure. I mean, they're taking a chance. They're taking a chance. They're hoping that, and GMs have to do this. Like they got to look at the entire player. I'm sure Stan Bowman knows about the warts and the concerns, but you have to look at the plus side as well. So that is what Stan Bowman, that's why he made the signing, is that he wants 5-on-5 scoring. So as a GM, sometimes you have to bank on a player playing to his strengths as well.
Right.
You can't just look at the downside and say, well, that's too much of a risk, because then you'd never sign anybody. You could always talk yourself out of a signing.
There's no perfect player.
So that's why they did it. But I understand why someone's saying, I don't get it, because this could be the type of player who is not consistent, is not overly productive, and doesn't play with any sort of presence on the ice, like doesn't play with any grit. And I can tell you, as someone who's watched the Oilers every year since they've been in the NHL, fans in oil country don't like that type of player.
True.
If you're not going to score, I mean, let's face it, some of the most beloved players in the history of this franchise had below average or little skill. But they played their nards off, so they were
nards.
They were therefore beloved by the fans.
I think of Kelly Buchberger, great guy. Saw him the other night, by the way. Mac T, who wasn't the most skilled guy. People loved him as a player, liked him as a coach. Not so much GM. That's fine. Great guy though. Love him on the broadcast.
Yeah,
you're right. Like the hard-working blue-collar player has always been looked upon quite kindly.
I think,
and that's
I'm not,
good.
this is not, I'm just saying, I think a lot of fans would sooner have a guy who gets 5 goals and mixes it up than a guy who gets 15 goals and is invisible for 2 weeks at a time. And that, quite frankly, that could be Roslovic.
Well, Aaron Portzline was great yesterday on EST Afternoons with Hernan and Joaquin, and he talked about Roslovic, and he said that he'll have like a 20-game stretch where he's phenomenal and a high-impact player, and then he'll just fade away for 20 games after that. And it's incredibly frustrating. So, and Portzline he knows his stuff, man. The guy's been covering the league for a long time. He's obviously the king in Columbus. So I would take that and be like, all right, that should help me set my expectation for Jack Roslovic as a member of the Edmonton Oilers. I see a text that's come in asking about Roslovic's deal, if it has a no movement clause. I'm looking at it right now. I don't see a no.
I doubt that it would it?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he did get one?
Yeah, there it is. Cannot be traded, sent to minors, or waived without player approval, no movement clause, and 4-team trade list commencing November 1st, 2025.
Okay, so he could be traded to 4 teams of his choosing.
Yeah.
One of 4 teams of his choosing.
Yeah.
Later on as the season goes on.
So basically the no trade clause, like it's essentially just allowing the player now to pick if he wants to go, where he wants to go type of thing.
No trade clauses are becoming standard for players of UFA age.
Yeah. That's
like over 27, 28, basically. Like it or not. That's almost becoming a standard part of the deal.
It's like guaranteeing you're staying in the National Hockey League no matter what. That's how I look at it.
Like I'll just randomly pick a team.
Down, they want this, they don't want that.
I'll just randomly pick a team. St. Louis Blues. Well, they don't have very many. Well, they have a couple former Oilers on the team.
Yes, they do. Oh, which ones?
Kyrou, no trade. Robert Thomas, no trade. Buchnevich, no trade. Braden Shen, 15-team, no trade. Falk, 15-team, no trade. Torrey Krug, who's on LTIR, 15-team, no trade. Parayko, full no trade. Cam Fowler can only be traded to one of 4 teams. Binnington, 14-team, no trade. So they don't have as many as the Oilers. I remember when I did Tampa Bay in the summer, and they had a ton. Yep. Who was the guy they had in the minors had a no trade? Connor Sheary, I think.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, the Oilers have a few. I would say most teams probably have a third of their roster, just off the top of my head, if I had to guess. There's probably 7 or 8. So New Jersey, I just randomly picked a team. Timo Meier, no trade. Bratt, no trade. Heischer, 10-team list. Palat, no trade. 10-team. Connor Brown, full no trade. Nason, 10-team. He's hurt. Dodonov, No trade.
He got a note. Well, he's moved around quite a bit lately. Remember the issue with the Anaheim Vegas deal?
Yeah.
Was it? And then that ended up costing somebody some picks.
Dougie Hamilton, 10 team. Pesci, no trade. Brendan Dillon, no trade. See, he's 34, so the older guys can just be like, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay here. Kovacevic, who's on LTIR, no trade. Siegenthaler, no trade, or 10 team, no trade. And then Markstrom, full no move.
Yeah.
Jake Allen, no trade. So that's about half the Devils. So they are out there. I realize why they're frustrating the fans, but they are out there.
Mm-hmm. All right. A couple more texts have come in. Keep those coming in. 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat. All right. To the chat we'll go. The Wolf says, I don't know if I like Roslovic's contract. Doesn't sound very team-friendly if he disappears, like you were saying. If anything, though, it's price-wise not that big. Spanky Dufresne, what's up, Doof, says, I like Roslovic as an upgrade on Kapanen and even Janmark on the third line at center. And didn't they say they want... Didn't Stan Bowman the other night in that impromptu press conference kind of say he sees him as a center? Or am I making that up?
I don't remember, Tom. I think he said that they like versatile players.
And he would be that. He's listed on NHL.com as a centerman. You could always... It's easier to break a guy in.
Play the clip.
If you can.
Yeah, hang on.
Okay, you're going to play it. You could always break a guy in easier on the wing, and then if you see that he's falling into the system, understanding it, and you could trust him defensively, you can slide him over to center. But it's always easier to start a guy out on wing, less responsibility, and then you could decide from there.
Here, I still have it.
All right, what do you got? Play it.
Oh, it's not coming out now.
Is it not on there?
Oh, because it's not turned up over there.
Oh, how about that?
Okay.
All right, that's okay. That's okay.
I thought he said they just wanted a versatile player.
Right.
I could be wrong. I didn't think he said that center's a priority. I thought
Smitty the Welder says Bowman said winger.
That's what I thought, that it would more likely be a winger.
I did remember when I was listening in that scrum that he did address kind of where he saw him. And I think I looked at his player profile on NHL.com. They had him listed as a center. So there you go. That squashes the confusion. Rip City Step says he's cheaper than Skinner was last year. If he's being scratched a lot, I'm sure he'll be open to a trade. He needs to play and play well this year to keep his career going.
Well, he is quite inexpensive. I mean, that's pretty cheap. So if he actually scores and isn't a liability on the ice, and then, if he's had issues in the past off the ice, if he isn't a liability that way, it could turn out to be a pretty good deal. Fair enough. There's a pretty big question mark, I think.
All right, a couple more texts, and we'll move on to another topic. Howard looks like a guy, this text says, who could use some time in Bakersfield, which is fine. And the no trade shouldn't count for the AHL. You shouldn't have to keep a guy around if he sucks just because he doesn't want to move. But if you agree to that clause, you're stuck with it.
Yeah.
And the Oilers and Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson did make that happen. All right. 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat. Someone asked if Jake Wallman continued to skate because he was on the ice for morning skate the other day. He was paired up with Troy Stetcher. Did a little video of that. I'm assuming he was on the ice.
He was on the ice. Darnell Nurse was not.
So Wallman, yes. Nurse, no.
Yep.
Nurse,
that's all I can tell you.
Dinged up. We don't have any updates
We don't know
yet.
I'm still waiting to see what Knobloch said.
I'm sure Darnell will be good to go for tomorrow night's game.
Probably a
against the
maintenance day, I would guess.
Yeah. There were a few guys, like, remember when Bouchard had an outlet pass, he kind of ripped one. He was trying to go cross ice, and he hit Draisaitl in the foot ankle area, and Leon went off uncomfortably. TD Force immediately went over to him, took a look at him. Leon took a minute or two to himself, and then was okay the rest of it. Like, there were a few instances. I thought even Ekholm blocked a shot late in the game. It looked like with his upper body, I was like, ooh, that could have hurt, but he seemed to be just fine as well. For tomorrow, Reid, if you're the Oilers, what minor adjustments do you make? Is it more in your head, pedal to the metal, try to continue to play like you did the first 30 minutes, I think is safe to say, and then clean up what you did in the last 30 minutes from the other night?
Quite frankly, I think they have to play with more emotion. I know that's.
No, I get it.
I know that'll probably drive some people crazy because it's not an analytical term, but I mean that did not. You would hope a team is shot out of a cannon for the season opener.
Yeah.
Now the Flames weren't either, as I pointed out.
Well, you were very adamant that it was not a well played game by both teams.
But I mean, I know the hit stat were whatever. It was like 35-22 Calgary, which I guess is because the Oilers did have the puck more, especially in the first period. But I think maybe there were some nerves, and that's why I think Knobloch's going to go back with the same lineup. He's going to say, okay, not great, guys. We did do some good things. Mm-hmm. But I think there were a bunch of players who didn't impact the game, who the way they're supposed to.
Fair.
We talked about Frederic, certainly Podkolzin. I think that was an off night for him. Now, I know he's bouncing back from a horrible tragedy.
Yeah.
But, he is an active player, so you expect him to go up there and do his job. Henrique kind of wasn't overly noticeable, but that's sort of kind of what we're expecting from him the last, going back to last year.
I want to see him play on the wing again.
Yeah, I think he should too.
Yeah.
They have three centers on one line if they wanted to use Frederic as a center.
Good point.
So I just think that would be my adjustment. Like, be who you are. Like, go out there and play with a little bit of gumption and have some passion for playing hockey games. I mean, the Calgary Flames, like I said, I know I'm beating it to death. That was a game that was lost and not won. I mean, the Calgary Flames took a couple penalties, couldn't kill them off, got behind, and then the Oilers started goofing up, and Skinner made a big mistake, and Calgary tied the game.
Yes.
So to me, that's the thing. I don't think it's necessarily a line combo thing or a strategic thing or an X's and O thing. I mean, even the staunchest supporters of analytics, and I had one in my show yesterday saying Howard had 80% goals, expected goals, and Nuge had 10, and Nuge didn't actually have a good game, even though he got 3 points. I'm like, okay, but
nice.
Even if you love breaking, and I think some of those stats are interesting, but even if you love breaking down a game that way, hockey.
I'm sorry, that's ridiculous.
Pro sports is still a game of emotion and passion.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the baseball playoffs we're watching, like where you just feel a team get momentum and one hitter after another, and they're feeding on each other and all that kind of stuff.
Baseball is the ultimate analytics sport.
Yeah, but I mean, look at what we're seeing with the Elks. Like, yeah, they're in dire straits with a playoff spot, but they lost 2 games on the last play and came back and played a really good game against Saskatchewan, right? Because they got some of that belief and some of that energy. And I think, look, you still have to have talent, but the Oilers have the talent. And the way Calgary was playing, that should have been a 6-1 win for Edmonton.
Correct.
It really should have. Like, they should have just had the pedal to the metal. We are running you through the glass. Like Rasmus Anderson, you big goof. We're going to punish you all night long. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna light up your star goalie because we're gonna have the puck the entire night and we're gonna get 47 shots. That's what they have to have against Vancouver. Now, Vancouver and Calgary, I watched most of the game. There was some passion in that game.
Yeah,
there was a couple borderline checks from behind that ignited the passion.
I do not like.
But I watched those 2 games and I thought, man, like these teams really hate each other. As much as we talk about Edmonton and the Canucks hating each other, I feel like it doesn't boil over to the extent I've seen in some Calgary and Vancouver games. And Edmonton and Calgary rarely boils over.
I know.
We had the brief Cassie and Tkachuk love affair, and
that led into a great postseason
and
series.
The series that the Oilers dominated. Mm-hmm. So this is what we're gonna. And then Grip City Steps said the Canucks have a lot of jerks. Frederic will have to match that on Saturday. Sure. I mean, Kane's gonna bring something. Connor Garland always brings something. Yeah. They have the other Elias Pettersson. Do they have a lot? They have
Elias Pettersson, Elias Pettersson, and Marcus Pettersson.
Okay. Well, or is it both Petterssons on defense can play a little nasty? One did something last night. But, there's guys there.
And Marcus are cousins, are they not? Something like that. Anyway, there's a relation.
Yeah, I think 2 of them are somehow related.
Yeah.
But anyway, they have some players who will engage and be unpleasant. So the Oilers have to have some of that passion, right? And either play unpleasant themselves or initiate with speed and energy to the point that Vancouver can never get that part of their game going. So to me, that's the adjustment for Edmonton. Play with more passion.
They have a tendency to play with their food.
Yes.
That's how I look at them. Yeah. Six Packs chiming in via the Nasty Chat says, I watched Vancouver highlights last night and found it painful to watch Vancouver light up Dustin Wolf when the Oilers could not beat him on the shootout at all. Well, they did get one on him in the shootout.
Yeah, they got 1 out of 8.
And then they hit the bar on Kapanen.
Which
Skinner
ticked off Wolf. He should have got credit for a save.
It did go off of him?
I thought it ticked his arm.
Kiss the bar.
Well, you're still you always want to kiss your crossbar.
Of course. Naturally. 2 bars for the Flames.
2 posts for the Flames, yeah.
And then Skinner made a couple of saves. And then going back to back with Travel, with your number one, as young as he is, and as fit and limber as he is, there is a stat there, and it's the percentage of or your chance of victory going back to back with the same goalie with Travel, it goes down quite a bit, does it not?
Yeah, I mean the Travel wasn't far, but I believe that was the Dustin Wolf's first back to back in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I mean they're paying him to do that. Now he did get. I'm trying to remember all the goals. He did get beat on a breakaway. He did get beat on a play where, quite frankly, some people thought the whistle was going to go.
Right.
When ball got hit in the back. Was the last goal an empty netter or not? I can't remember.
I can pull up the game sheet.
So, yeah, but I understand that. It's like Vancouver comes out and gets 4 in the third period, and the Oilers didn't get anything in the last half of the game. And I think they're going to go with Wolf tomorrow. They have an afternoon game tomorrow. They said it's like 3 games in 66 hours for the Flames. And I think Wolf's going to play tomorrow too because that's their home opener.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's a fair comment. I mean, again, the Oilers could have, like when it was 3-0. That's really the sad part. It's 3-0. They played okay. It was more Calgary kind of playing bad. Their power play had come through. Like to me, that's when it's like, okay, boys, like let's 5-0 by the end of the second. Like, let's make the third
take it away.
Like, let's. I know this is harsh language, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm offending you over your lunch break, but it's the NHL. Like, I'd be sitting there. I would hope the Oilers would have been sitting there thinking, like, let's embarrass this guy.
Yes.
Let's chase this goalie. Let's wreck his first game since he signed that contract extension. Like, let's demoralize these guys. You know, and instead of like, let's give the puck away for 2.5 minutes straight, and then finally allow a goal off one of our own guys back checking. Anyway, I'm
enjoying
Maybe
this.
I'm too sinister.
Spicy Reid's good. Spicy Reid's really good. Someone brought this up. I saw it in the Nasty Chat. Oh, it's from Big Uke. Supersized Indiana Jones says, you want to talk about a game lost? How about the Sharks last night? What? You want to talk about a goalie gaff? Nedeljkovic gives away the puck high in his own zone in overtime. And the Golden Knights, I can't remember who kept the puck in, just barely. And Riley Smith was still like by the Sharks net, and just one pass, and he essentially just tapped it into a wide open cage.
Yeah,
that was a huge goalie gaff by Alex Nedeljkovic.
Well, and that bouncing puck on the Eichel shoot-in, I'm just trying to find it again because I watched it on my phone, so the video was kind of small. I mean, that's the thing about that Skinner play. And Wednesday, to me, Stu did the hardest part of the play, stopping the bouncing puck.
Yeah.
Right? And then
brain fart the rest of the way.
Yeah, and then the goalie coming out to the blue line to play that puck last night, that was tough.
I was like, what the hell's going on?
But unfortunately, that's what happens. And we talk all the time about culture.
Yeah.
And that's often the good teams find a way to win and the bad teams find a way to lose. And San Jose, I mean, they were really, really good for a long time. Now they're going into year 3 or 4 of being not very good.
Correct. Maybe even more.
That's like a perfect example, like finding a way to lose. Okay, you're not going to win in regulation. It's still in overtime. Oh, and now we're going to lose on a crazy goal like that. Yeah, like I'm trying to see here how he missed that.
It was like
Eichel
he fanned on it. I don't know if the Golden Knights player got his stick on Nedeljkovic's stick as he was trying to play it, or he kind of fanned it.
No, the tying goal.
Oh, the Jack Eichel goal.
Yeah, it flipped. I think he thought he was going to get it with his body, and then it went past his blocker, and he was kind of just sliding away a little bit. That one looks bad. I don't want to sound like I'm defending him because it's a bad goal, but you might see a half dozen of those a year in the NHL, right? Yeah, he went out to play it a little bit.
Oh,
he probably just should have stayed.
That one's got a lot of stank.
Yeah, I think he
on it.
got caught. Oh, it went under his pad even. Yeah,
William
that was
Eklund
bad.
missed the open net twice before that. Yeah, that's all kinds of stank.
Yeah.
Woof. Well, all right then.
So if he...
You just see
So
the
he
Sharks
was worried
fans.
about, in overtime, he was worried about there being a 2-on-0. But there was a guy, a San Jose player coming back who might have been able to at least check the guy in the middle of the ice.
Yeah.
Which means that Smith would have had an angled breakaway from the right wing. It's like, that's one of
so
those
bad.
where it's like, okay, maybe just better to stay back in your net.
Yeah.
But then who knows? I mean, he's probably also thinking, oh, if I chip it past this guy, maybe my team has a 2-on-0. I mean, you try to put yourself in the guy's head, but yeah, just the worst possible outcome.
That one just reeks. That's a stink. Oh, that's just a calamity of errors for the San Jose Sharks, indicative of where they are right now in their life cycle. And you're right about like a team like Vegas that has been good for a long time, essentially since its birth into the NHL. They find ways. That's part of culture. That's part of expectation. And, you know, good teams get the bounces. They create their bounces. That one's fortuitous, obviously. But man, oh man, that's
well. This is the thing, and you know what, Tom? The older I get, and the more I watch sports, the more I find myself saying this:
yelling.
Be the team that. That's awful.
Continue.
Be the team that doesn't make the big mistake. You know, like there's something to be said for being responsible, and I'm not saying never go for it. I also think aggression isn't part of it. But know the situation when it's time to take a chance and when it's time just to make the safe play.
Yes.
You know, it's why football coaches are always say, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball. They'd sooner punt than have an interception or a fumble. You know, don't be the team that makes the mistake. And that's the thing, again, with the Skinner play on Wednesday. Okay, they've caught up from 3-0 to 3-2. You're still ahead.
Yep.
Don't hand them the game-tying goal. Make them earn it.
Yep.
You know, stay in it. So that's what happened with San Jose, right? Like they're looking good, and then they make a funny bounce, but still a mistake, and then a huge mistake in overtime.
Well, and they couldn't score in the empty net twice. X-Ray J chiming in says, LOL. Then you say good teams find a way to win, bad teams find a way to lose. So where does that leave the Oilers after one game? Well, they're a good team that found a way to lose. I think we can all agree on that. I think playing with their food kind of characterizes the Oilers at times. And I think that's sort of what they did on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I don't think this one game makes the Oilers a bad team,
No.
but they would agree they found a way to lose that game.
Yeah.
That should have been won.
Yeah, that was a game lost as you described it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we have about 12 more minutes left here on the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola, Reid Wilkins with you. You could text us, join the conversation, 780-218-9999. You can jump into the nasty chat as well. We'll have a lot more Oilers discussion on EST Afternoons with Joaquin Gage and Hernan Salas, as well as on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, Ice Cube at the technical desk for both of those ones. Did you see this Jonathan Drouin cross-check?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I know
was
he got
pretty
suspended,
bad.
though.
One game. He got one game, just kind of dumb. Did you see the Pens unveil their third jerseys, all yellow?
I did see them. I saw
What'd
the
you think?
pictures of them. Yeah, that's fine.
It's
Yeah,
interesting
great.
how the league they're rolling out these third jerseys pretty quickly here. Did you notice that the Oilers had, or a lot of people were wearing their new Oilers alternate uniform at the game?
I saw a few, yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Well, people like wearing the jerseys. So a lot of people just snap up whatever they get. The Penguins, for a while, I think in the 80s, wore yellow at home.
yeah,
When I was a
they had
kid,
yellow helmets.
When
too.
I was a kid, the Kings wore yellow at home, and I think for a couple years the Penguins did as well.
Yes, and Vancouver.
Oh yeah, and Vancouver, of course, right, with the weird V down across the neck.
That's right. Just looking to see.
I don't mind those Penguins jerseys. They're
fine.
more just their regular jersey, just with colors reversed. I guess the striping on the sleeves is a little different. They're fine.
The Oilers will wear their alternate uniform 7 times this season, debuting the look against Utah on the 28th of October. You'll see them December 4th against Seattle, December 6th against Winnipeg, the 23rd of December versus Calgary, and January 31st versus Mini. They'll also wear them on the road in Chicago on January 12th and Nashville on January 13th. I kind of like that they're going to wear them on the road a little bit. I like the Oilers alternate jersey. I think it looked good. People wearing it the other day, and they released the merchandise as well. I saw a nice jacket. I saw some shirts, and I'm thinking there's going to be some hats too. So yeah, it's a different look. It's new. A lot of teams unveiling. Detroit wore their new Centennial alternate uniform yesterday.
Oh right, yeah. You're way more into this than I am.
I'm a nerd for this stuff, man. Like I love it. Yeah, all the new Oilers alternate apparel stuff is out. You can check it at the Ice District Oilers store. They have a hat, or they have a couple hats. Oh gosh, where's this thing is going? I want to go back. This website. Go back. What's going on here? Okay, they have jacket, hoodie, and a couple of different hats on top of the uniform as well. So check it out. I'm sure a lot of people have already bought it. What you got?
Yeah, it's fine. I liked what they did in the Four Nations face-off, that each team just had one jersey. I think that's what they should do in the NHL. They should have 32 different colors, and every team just has one jersey.
Stop.
Different hues.
Different
hues. It'd be the National Hue League. That's what it'd be, everybody. Yeah?
Okay, here you go. So Zach Hyman's wearing like a bomber jacket with the alternate logo across. You got a more of a track jacket fabric bomber style that Jake Wallman's wearing with the hat. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has a different blue hat. It looks different with the blue background compared to the vintage white, does it not?
Yeah, sure. I said it looks like a sweatshirt, and that's what Nuge is wearing. He's wearing a hoodie.
Sweatshirt.
Yeah,
No.
but it looks like the jersey.
No,
it looks the same as the jersey.
Oh, Reid.
They made a hoodie. They made a hoodie shirt.
What are you talking
They made a hoodie jersey.
No, disagree. Agree to disagree.
Yeah, all right.
Whatever. Okay, let's get to the numbers game brought to you by Play Alberta. Everything got refreshed at the start of the month over at Play Alberta in terms of promo codes. I'll throw those out to you right now. Actually, if you want a refresher on those, actually, I'm going to hit those for next week, I think. I like putting like a $50 free bet down every now and then, try to go on like as much of a sure thing as possible. So you've got EST 50, that's a $50 deposit for a $50 free bet. EST Casino, you got a $50 deposit that gets you $50 casino bonus. And then EST Sports in the promo section, another $50 deposit for a $50 free bet. Play in Alberta, it stays in Alberta, safe and secure, revenue generated from Play Alberta, redirected into Alberta's General Revenue Fund, which is used to support programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. Did you want to chime in?
Roslovic not in tomorrow. Nurse sick, but should play.
Gotcha. So that illness that's been going around
from the guys covering practice.
All right. Numbers game. Jack Roslovic, who will not play tomorrow. Thank you for that update. How many points does he put up this season? How many goals for the Oilers?
8 goals, 10 assists, 18 points.
That's it?
Yes.
Wow.
Write that down, Smitty the Welder.
Oh, you're going after Smitty the Welder.
I'm not going after him.
You're going after
I'm saying him because I know I can trust him to record what I said.
Smitty the Welder keeps you honest.
Yes.
I'll put him down 15 goals, 12 assists for 27 points.
Okay.
Put that down, Smitty the Welder. If you keep
somebody write down our predictions.
Yeah, usually
I don't know if
Surveyor
Smitty's
Brett.
in there right now.
Smitty was in there.
He was. I don't know if he is anymore.
Yeah. Hula Boy Steve, great name. Says avoiding big mistakes wins games. Yep.
Okay, he wrote us something else. There was a study about pro soccer teams that showed teams got better replacing the worst 3 players with middling players versus adding top-end talent with the same dollar value. Yeah, that's good. I mean, there's always these NHL players that just seem to, excel in the playoffs. Or it's like, oh, man, like that. It's like, well, man, that guy's not that good, but he's always on you think like he's not a star. Mm-hmm. Maybe like Justin Williams would be
Well, Justin Williams was a good player for a long time. Like he was solid.
But then in the playoffs, he got even better, right?
Mr.
Like
Game
he just
7.
didn't make any mistakes, just was always in the right place. And, then in the playoffs, you get even more opportunities. Tom said 15 goals, 12 assists, 27 points, Smitty.
He's got it. Thank you, Smitty. Appreciate that.
He's writing it down. He's going to put it on his bulletin board, and then he'll tell us at the end of the season.
I'm
sorry, I can't get all crazy about Roslovic. What?
I'm okay with it. It doesn't excite me, but to me, you added a proven NHL forward to your lineup, and I think you can't have enough proven NHL forwards. You need depth come playoffs. It's nice to have youth. You need to bring the new guys along. They all adapt at their own pace, right? You don't know when a guy's going to need some more time down in the minors or some extra games to ripen up. That's a bit of a wild card with the young guys making their NHL debuts and trying to find that consistency, becoming a solid everyday player. So that's why I like the concept of having a lot of good veteran NHL players, top line all the way down to extra forwards on the roster. I have one for you here. It's Abutsky said, did the any goalie but Skinner crowd see John Gibson's debut as a Red Wing last night?
I didn't.
Well, let's go. Let's take a look.
I only really watched Vancouver and Calgary. And very little bit of Thursday night football and a very little bit of baseball.
So Montreal paced Detroit 5-1. John Gibson went 8 of 13 saves on shots against, .615 save percentage. He lasted, 37-12, so got the yank late in the second period. Cam Talbot went in and went 4 for 4 on the shots he faced the rest of the way. And it was Jakub Dobeš getting the 30
well,
for 31.
I'm glad somebody posted that. I honestly forgot Gibson had been traded to Detroit.
Well, that's okay, Reid.
I did pick Anaheim to make the playoffs, though.
I like Anaheim. I think they're on the up and up. They're going to play that pesky, jackass style of hockey. I think they're going to be a tough out every night.
Coach of the Year?
Really? Joel Quenneville?
Well, that's why I made that pick. Like, why not?
Sure.
It's always easy to pick the same 8 teams as last year because you remember them being good, but there are teams that move in or out.
Correct. Like, to me, LA is going to take a step back.
Oh, I had LA out of the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't see Vancouver taking a step up. I'm oddly optimistic about Calgary. I really look forward to the day where the Oilers and Flames are going toe-to-toe in meaningful games late in the season.
Did you hear what I called Calgary yesterday? I think they're going to be point scavengers.
I like that.
They're just going to, pick on the, when the other team has a dead spot, they're going to pick at the flesh.
They rummage.
Yeah, they're going to...
They scour.
Yeah, they're going to be like, man, they kind of didn't play that great, but they hung in there. They got it to overtime. Or it was kind of a nothing game, and then they got 2 goals in 20 seconds, and they won. I think that's an opportunistic team.
They're like raccoons.
Yeah, the Calgary Raccoons. That's what they should be called.
That are on fire.
Yes. Flame on. Be like Rocket Raccoon meets the Human Torch.
I love it.
Give us a thumbs up if you got that reference.
Hey-o. All right, Ice Cube is at the technical desk. What's coming up on EST Afternoons, big boy?
They're just going to eat Donairs all afternoon.
I know. They were talking about Donairs earlier.
Well, we did actually just come back from more subs.
Oh, more subs.
We went to Wet and Hernand's Whip. Actually, a bucket list idea of mine.
How'd it go?
Checked it off the bucket list. Joaquin.
It was
great.
You like everything. So you like...
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
we came back and we all scarfed him down. So
Nice.
we have some Donair talk. The reason we got the Donairs, though, is because we hit a big 3-leg parlay, plus 900 on Play Alberta.
Damn.
Matthew Schaefer point, Sidney Crosby point, and
Well
a Braden
done.
point goal. So each of us came up with one thing to add the parlay. We'll do that again today.
Excellent.
And we'll preview tomorrow's action between the Oilers and Canucks. Trevor Beggs from Daily Hive Vancouver and Locked On Canucks podcast will be checking in. We'll hit on the Jack Roslovic presser that he had speaking after practice as well. And we'll preview the Elks and Bombers clashing at Commonwealth. It's a chili cook-off tomorrow, by the way.
Very well aware of this. Looking forward to maybe sampling some on my way into the stadium. And tomorrow's going to be a busy day on EST as well. We've got Hello Hockey starting at 10 a.m. Kyle Bukoskis will join Belzy and I, and then Dave Pagnotta, our Hello Hockey insider. Then you're going to hear the Pipeline Show with Guy Flaming, and then Maddie and Milne will be on for the Green and Gold kickoff show, and then it will be the Oil Stream pregame show with Maddie, and I think Jay might stay on for that one, and then that'll transition to the Elks postgame show, and then following the Oilers and Canucks, I will be on Oil Stream postgame show with Betty Thompson, Matt Cassian, and one Reid Bartholomew Wilkins.
Yep.
Reid, thank you for stepping in today.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show, baby.
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
A big thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who listened. We appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up button on the way out if you watched on YouTube. Coming up next, ESD Afternoons with Joaquin and the Latino Heat. For Frederic, I'm Tom saying have a great rest of your day.